And welcome to OmniBros Live, the show where the hosts are never on time. Except for Omnidog! Hey, Gio, how's it going?
Doing pretty well. Technically, I was only a minute. It was only a minute to go, and I got here right in time.
I don't have my headphones connected to my, let me fix this here. There we go. Can you hear me through my headphones now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. There we go. I can.
Sir.
Okay. Did Ryley say he was going to join us? Or did he say anything?
I think so. Okay. I think so, but he's usually a little bit late on Thursdays, so.
Whatever. We'll do a good show. We can talk about collectibles. You and I can talk about collectibles. Wait, I just saw a message from him. Let's see. What does Ryley have to say? Walking dog, beyond soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You and I could talk about collectibles forever, so it's okay. I got a collectible Spider-Gwen shirt on.
Awesome.
So this is Omnibros Live, the collectibles show where we're going to talk about all kinds of collectibles, how to display them, how to dust them, how to take care of them. And before we get to that, of course, we're going to talk about our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. So you are potentially getting your collected edition up to 52% off. I'd like to see someplace else do that. 52% off.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty amazing. Every quarter, there's an OmniBros Live discount code. Let's see. What else special is there? If you live in the United States and you place an order over $50 or more, you get free shipping. That's a big deal because I've been paying shipping. I paid shipping on a book order the other day, and it was a lot. So, yeah, free shipping's a big deal. And fabulous customer service, that's a big deal because a lot of places blow, but not IST. Their customer service is great.
Top notch.
And fabulous packaging. Nobody beats IST's packaging. Their packaging is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, when you want to get your collected editions, you got to go to InStockTrades.com.
Nicely done.
I'm trying to do the Jetsons, but it's too hard.
Okay. I knew it was familiar. I was trying to. I'm like, I've heard this before.
Yeah. I'll do a better one next time. I blew that one. Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I actually have an excellent tip for people, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm thinking about sharing my screen for it.
Ooh.
Because this is going to be a disaster, I know, but okay, let me move this over. Okay, share screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My point is that we talk about collectibles a lot, and the first thing I think of when I think of collectibles is, of course, I think of action figures because I love action figures, and I especially love Spider-Man action figures because I will show you later my door of spiders where I have Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, various symbiotes climbing up a door. Why did I do that? I don't know. It's really fun though.
And it brought out your artistic side.
Yeah, it did kind of. And so I still collect. I don't collect any other action figures, but I do collect Spidey figures. And this one I really liked because his eyes like flare off of his head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's why I like this symbiote. but and then he's got like claws for hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I like spider figures the most, and I have a feeling tonight I'm just going to show you a tour of my room and just spin the camera around and show everybody everything.
Awesome.
Yeah. But oh wait, let me get rid of Alfred. Alfred's broken. I'm really bummed about that.
The statue?
The Artifacts Special San Diego.
Oh.
I mean, he still fits together, but well, there goes that one shoe. I'm missing a shoe for him, and so he won't stand up.
Wow.
How do you lose a shoe? I mean,
Yeah.
this is an enclosed room. It's not like I'm on a sailboat or something. So how did I lose a shoe in this room? So, and he was hard to find and not inexpensive. So I'm very bummed out. He's a cool figure. So I don't know. That's the life of a collectible person. Let's see. Jesse Say What is asking about the Black Flag skateboard. The Black Flag skateboard I traded. I had a Black Flag skateboard back in 1980.
Oh, wow.
1980. Let me think here. Because I remember when I got it, I'm guessing it was 1984.
I wasn't even alive. Nice.
No, I'm guessing most of the people in the chat weren't alive. But you could get it in an album. SST was Black Flag. I was going to say Darkhawk was black because I saw Darkhawk in there. Was Blackhawk's Black Flag's record label. SST was, and in there you could order a Black Flag skateboard. They were all one of a kind, and they had, oh gosh, now I can't think of the guy's name. He's the famous artist for Black Flag, and he did a cover for Sonic Youth. Oh, chat, help me out. What's the guy's? He's the famous artist for Black Flag and for the punk rock scene. He did all those flyers back in the early days.
Sorry.
No, I know. Anyway, wait. Anyway, you could get a whole skateboard for $100 that had this guy's art on it on the bottom of it, and on the top it said Black Flag with black skid strips, so you could stick. No, not Rollins. He's the singer. This is the artist that did all their art. Wait a sec. Let me look. Artist.
Google it real quick.
For SST Records. No, Jess. There. Oh, not that kind of artist. I mean the drawing artist.
Let's see if I can help you.
Raymond Pettibon.
Who?
Raymond Pettibon. That's his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Raymond Pettibon. Oh, Rick Nelson, Sam I Am, Chris M. They got it while I was looking for it.
Nice.
Anyway, Raymond Pettibon. So he was very famous, and it cost me $100. And I skateboarded all around Carmel, and it turns out that thing is way rare, because they only made
a limited
number, and your drawing was your drawing. There was only everything was one of a kind.
Wow.
Everything was one of a kind. The thing I got was the only one made, and so I pulled it out maybe 7 years ago, And I looked at it, and after my 5th knee operation, I said, I don't think I'm going to go skateboarding anymore. And it was still in good shape. And so I took it to Steve at Third Eye Comics, who's the biggest Black Flag fan around. And I said, how would you like, and I showed him this one-of-a-kind skateboard. And I said, I'll trade you for X amount of dollars worth of comics. And he said, you have a deal. And so it's hanging up in his apartment now. And I got a huge amount of comics for it. But it meant more to him at that point than it did to me.
Yeah.
I still like Slater Kinney, but my hardcore punk days were back in the 80s. So that collectible meant more to Steve than it did to me. And I mean, it was still skatable, but he hung it up like art, which it was.
At least you got to use it and enjoy it and pass that happiness onto somebody else.
I had my Vans on, those tennis shoes, the Vans sneakers.
Nice.
Checkered shirt.
I was edgy Jess. I love it.
I was such a white bread punk, but I still loved punk music. I saw Black Flag live in Monterey. I saw the Circle Jerks. I saw the Dead Kennedys. Ooh, there's Rye Fry guy.
What's up?
Rye
What's up,
Fry
buddy?
guy.
We're talking about Black Flag and punk rock and my Black Flag skateboard, which was one of my first really big collectibles.
Did you do a kickflip?
I did not.
Come on.
I did not. No, I didn't do anything radical on my skateboard. I never fell. We need some young punk Jess photos. Jesse, say what? We did put Jello in our hair for the Black Flag show. My friend came over to my house. He had a box of orange Jello, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "We have to put this in our hair." And I said, "No, we don't." And he said, "Yes, we do." And he poured it in my bathroom sink, and he mixed it all up, and he started putting it in his hair, and he goes, "Dude, it's Black Flag." And I go, okay. I mean, I went to college and wore, button-down shirts and crew neck sweaters and stuff, but I loved punk rock and heavy metal and stuff. So, Damien Starr, I bet I can find some young punk Jess photos. I'm sure I can find some young punk Jess photos.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be. Did you ever watch the movie SLC Punk with Matthew Lillard?
No,
I haven't seen
it. Salt Lake City Punk was what it stood for, and Matthew Lillard is like the main dude in there, the guy that played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo live action.
I can picture him. Yeah,
and I believe it was Jason Segel that was in the movie. Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother, and the Muppet movie from 2000 something. And Jason Segel was straight lace, like button up sweater, all that stuff. But he was always at the punk rock show, like kicking heads and stuff. He was like the baddest guy that was there, but he was always wearing like khakis and a button up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his glasses on and stuff.
I had, we went to the Black Flag show, and it was, and everybody was just standing there, and then Black Flag came on, and I thought everybody was going to just rush the stage and start moshing. Everybody knew to start running in a circle as fast as they could. And I got knocked over into a big thing of chairs, and I'm like, why is everybody running? I want to hear the music. And so they were just running, la, 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 running. And they ran counterclockwise the whole show. And I just said, I'm going to get a drink, and I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to listen to this music, which is like the most unpunk thing you can do. But I don't know. I was 25 at the time, and there were a bunch of 16-year-olds, and I was like, I just want to hear Black Flag.
Oh, man. I remember my first mosh pit. That was terrible. I got knocked down to the floor, and they had the biggest strobe lights right in my face, so I couldn't understand what was happening. And I'm like, I'm out. And I got up as quickly as possible and just left that scene.
Well, I had been weightlifting a lot, so I was going to go in and be prepared to be bounced around, but I didn't know it was going to be like this tidal wave that was going to pick me up and run around with me. Well,
I never get involved in pits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, like, I was at a show at I think we were at Van's Warped Tour, and I don't remember what band it was. And I think it was NoFX. And I wasn't in the pit, but the pit opened up, and it, like, I was at the edge, and this guy, like, basically was, like, pulling me in and was trying to, like, push on me and stuff. And I just, like, punched him right in the back, and I was like, I'm not in this, bro. And I just stepped aside, and he's like, fuck, okay.
We have, what are you cooking there, Ryley?
Really exciting dinner of the leftover crust from some pizza.
Nice.
Yeah. So
here's Canadian $2.79 from Tevin Lawrence, and that is not bribe money because he's already in the collectors group. So
this is
Thank you.
That's the monthly fee for a gold membership.
A gold membership.
Yeah, my wife, she'll get pizza, but she doesn't eat, like, to stay low carb. She doesn't eat the crust. She just pulls all the cheese and toppings off. And I told her, like, yo, leave the crust for me, because if you recook it, it gets so good. Like, the bottom is just crisp like a cracker, and then the rest of it is still, like, has leftover residual sauce and cheese on it. And it's really good. And it's the bottom's crisp, but the top is still kind of doughy and soft. So I was like, leave that for me, bro. I'll eat that. And she's not here right now, so that's why I'm drinking a White Claw, because there's no laws when you're drinking claws and eating pizza bread.
Wait, what are you drinking?
White Claw.
What is that?
It's a hard seltzer.
Hard seltzer?
So it's like when you
alcoholic water.
When you want to be the whitest person you could possibly be, but also get drunk, that's what you drink White Claw for.
Alcoholic seltzer, huh? This is funny from Freddie Alonso. I like this one. I can just imagine everyone running around Jess being the only person sitting down like a king among teen punks.
It's true.
That was pretty much right. I was like, all you people just go enjoy yourselves. I'm going to enjoy the show. That's how I was with the Dead Kennedys, too. Everybody was moshing around. I got a drink and went up, and the only one sitting down. And I was like, I want to see Jello Biafra do his thing. And I'm just sitting there enjoying the show. So, yeah, that is the story of my multi-$1,000 Black Flag skateboard collectible.
Goddamn.
That I traded for comic books.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. I probably traded it for something really cool like Snyder Batman #1. Because it was it was earlier than 2011. It was probably like 2008 when I first started going there. Or, I don't know, I had a huge amount of credit forever there.
What, at Third Eye?
Yeah, exactly. Steve really wanted it, and I said, "Yeah, that's cool." And he hung it up in his apartment like art.
Nice.
Yeah, and I told Gio that it was about my 5th knee operation when I decided I wasn't skateboarding anymore. So those days are over for me.
Now I want to see if you have a video of you skating.
No, 1984, there was like VCR cameras, but nobody had one to take a VCR of me.
Dang. You could have been like Tony Hawk, bro. You could have been.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
Could have been. What could have been, man? I had a skateboard back in the day. And I'm not going to try and lie and sound cool and sound like I actually could skate or anything. Like, I could barely even move forward on the board. But I played the shit out of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, so I knew what I was talking about, obviously. But I had this $20 board that I got from Target, and it was a Pokemon board. Like it had Ash on the cover with on the board with the Pokeball, and I stripped it. I took all the grip tape off, and I took the trucks, and I took the wheels and everything off, and I got new trucks. Actually, I got hand-me-down trucks and hand-me-down wheels and I bought new bearings for the wheels. So I decked it all out in like actual stuff. I bought new grip tape and I put it on the top, and I stenciled like a stripe into it. So on the top it was all the black grip tape with like a rose pink stripe across it, and then on the bottom I spray painted it. So it was really cool looking. And then I don't know what happened, but I think we left the garage open and someone stole my skateboard. So yeah. I was going to try and like learn how to do stuff, and I was like, cool. So I put this thing together. My friend skates, so I'm just going to like hang with him. And then they stole it, and I'm like, well, I don't have the money to do anything about that, so whatever.
So right before you were going to come on, we were talking about action figures. So I was talking about Spider-Man because I'm going to show the spider door later. And I have I guess probably everybody knows to do this, but I didn't really pick up on this until recently. I found, I guess he's kind of hard to find. This is the Spider-Man Far From Home stealth suit.
Oh, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah,
Nice.
I just got it at Walgreens. And
Cool.
yeah, he is cool. I don't think I'm going to put him up on the door. He's not spidery enough looking.
I thought he was called Night Monkey.
Night Monkey.
Night Monkey, right. Night Monkey. But this is not a new strategy, but if anybody out there wants to figure out how to make extra dosh and reduce their cost, this guy, here's where I'm going to try and share my screen, and this is going to go horribly wrong. I know it, but I'm going to try and do it anyway.
You can do it.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Okay. Thank you. Whoops. Where'd that? Okay. Wait. No, wait. Well, how does Gabe do it when he, let me shrink this down a little. Okay. Does he have a page open? Okay, screen share. Easiest with 2 monitors. Well, I don't have 2 monitors. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. Okay. Okay, share screen. Your entire screen. Share. Okay, wait.
Hey, we got it.
Omnidog screen. Wait, how do I get the... What?
Nope, now we're seeing you.
Now, how do I get rid of the... This is what I want to show.
Why can't just click on what you
minimize.
want?
Yeah.
Yeah, minimize the other stuff and just pull up what you want to show.
Yeah.
Well, I just got rid of you guys. Can you still see it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Are you trying to buy Starstruck Dakota edition?
No. Yeah. Can you see these Kingpin figureheads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what came with this.
Yeah.
And I sold them for $20 on eBay, like in an hour.
Wow.
And that's how much the figure cost. So you guys out there, if you're buying if you're buying an action figure, even if you can only get $5 or $6, that reduces your cost on an action figure a lot, and it's a lot easier to sell it to your significant other. Like, well, yes, sweetie, I bought another action figure for $20, but I sold the Build-A-Figure part for $6, $7, $8, and my wife was really happy to see that I sold these guys for $20 and basically got this guy for free.
There's I collect all the X-Men ones, and they did 2 Deadpool sets, which kind of like aggravated me because they were Build-A-Figure sets, but I didn't care about half of the singular figures.
Yeah.
So
this is a Deadpool series.
yeah, so the first set, and then just if anyone's wondering, I'm making pasta. I feel like I'm going to get the question. So the Deadpool, the first one was a Build-A-Figure for Sasquatch from Alpha Flight, and I didn't care. So I bought the figures used for cheap because they didn't come with the Build-A-Figure parts.
Mhm.
And then the second set is Sauron, the dinosaur antagonist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
From the X-Men books, and I really want that one, but I didn't want to buy the whole set because 3 of the figures I didn't give a crap about. Like, I don't care about Lady Deadpool, I don't care about Pajama Deadpool, and I don't care about X-Men uniform Deadpool. Like, those 3 figures I didn't care enough about to spend $20 on each of them.
Mm-hmm.
But those Build-A-Figure parts go for, like, yeah,
You
just
mean right there.
yeah, that's the stuff that I didn't care about. So I didn't get the Build-A-Figure parts that came with those figures. So I'm like, I was actually looking at eBay last night and considering it because I had gotten my new sets in, and I was like, shit, I still need to get Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
But I still haven't done it because the 2 pieces I'm missing, it's I think one of the legs, the tail, and the torso plus the head. The torso and head go for $20. The leg and the tail go for much less. So I'm like, shit, that kind of sucks that like I'd have to fork over so much just for the parts. But it's like people buy the parts a lot, like by themselves.
Yeah, I've sold tons of parts. When you say it's like $8 plus $3 shipping, it doesn't sound very expensive. Some of the parts can get really expensive, and I would not be able. Like Kingpin must have some really expensive parts because I've seen him put together on eBay complete, and the sold section says he regularly goes for $90. So that's an expensive Build-A-Figure. Usually a Build-A-Figure is about $50.
Yeah, usually you try and spend like $50 to $60 per Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
But in the case of that Kingpin and like Sauron and all that stuff, they are they get pricey because a lot of people want them.
Yeah.
So you have people just spamming and buying all the parts. So it goes up in price compared to other Build-A-Figures, which are pretty easy to get.
Yeah, I think the Sasquatch figure I've found for about 40, which all things considered isn't bad considering how big the figure is.
Mm-hmm.
It just sometimes, like, depending on how rare the individual figure that has that part is, will dictate how much the whole Build-A-Figure goes for.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to put this one up.
But like, I know Kingpin was a figure that people wanted for a really long time.
Thank you, River.
Oh, thank you. Kingpin was a figure people wanted for a long time for like Spider-Man fans, Daredevil fans. Mm-hmm. So when they announced it as a Build-A-Figure, a lot of people were on top of it. Like, oh my God, I gotta have this.
Yep.
So I also for X-Men fans, Kingpin is the body that you use for Shadow King.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if you buy,
where do you get that head?
The head, you get it from the Professor Xavier figure that comes in his wheelchair. Mm-hmm. And so it's one of the like the writers figures. I don't know what they call them now, but it's like Wolverine with a motorcycle, Deadpool with a scooter, and then it's Professor X with his wheelchair with the gold hover chair, and he also comes with that head for Shadow King. So, you know, my friend Robbie, he sent me pictures and stuff, and he's like, "Look, I got Shadow King," and that's cool because like Shadow King's a big X-Men villain, but I'm not wanting to spend $90 on a Kingpin just to have a Shadow King.
Right. Yeah. And as far as displaying these things, I think that however you want to display them is the way you want to display them. You should display them however you want to display them. I don't know why I put that in the Gio, you can change that when you go to edit this video. I put collectibles and how to display them. But I mean, that's up to the individual how they want to display them. I always put my action figures near their books in my grouping. Here's a problem child that I have. I need advice on where to put him. I have struggled with him, and so many people have made fun of me. Tyler Chu and Beto Rios have always made fun of me for this guy because my Marvel knowledge is just so not good. This is one of my early Build-A-Figures, and I put like the wrong head on him years ago, like 2015.
Which head did you have on it?
I want to say Red Skull, but I don't think it was Red Skull. It was like
Red Skull is
that was the original.
Yeah, so I don't think it was Red Skull. It was somebody else's head that absolutely did not belong there, like Punisher's head or something. It was something really ridiculous.
So Onslaught, you could put him with the X-Men or the Avengers because Onslaught was a huge villain that affected the entirety of the Marvel Universe. And that version of Onslaught that had the Red Skull, because that was when the Red Skull became Onslaught during Rick Remender's Axis event, that can go either way. So you can display that along with any of your X-Men figures easily.
Or I could put him right in front of Onslaught, the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
He's so bulky and just not, I don't know. No, I can't think of, I wish Beto was, let me see if I'll PM them real quick and see if they can remember, who I
remember that happening. I just don't remember what the head was because I remember you posted a picture and everyone was like laughing.
Yeah, they thought
see
it was.
If I can do my research on it. I'm usually good at finding these things.
Wait, where are those guys? They're usually right near the top of my. Oh, there they are.
So I don't have a ton of figures, but I tend to shelf them separately from my books because it's harder for me to grab the books and move them around when I have all the figures in front of them. So I know, like, Jess, a lot of times your collection is like in disarray where like books are not together in an order.
That is my Marvel shelf is now 100% in order.
So,
thanks
but
to
before
Patrick
that,
Kindervarter.
Before that, it's like because you could have your shelf a certain way and not be moving it for a while. But like if I'm buying stuff and I'm constantly having a place where I want to put it on my shelf, it's hard for me to keep the figures standing in front of those figures or in front of those books because then I have to move the figures every single time. So I used to do that with a few things. I still have a couple more figures that I put on shelves, but for the most part, I have like a separate shelf and right now I don't because my stuff's all in boxes, but I have a separate shelf that I put my like my X-Men Marvel Legends figures on, and those are all there by themselves, and I arranged them by the team. So I have like the old school team and like the 80s team and the 90s team, and then I'll have X Factor and X Force together, and then I'll have all the bad guys in one place as well. So that's kind of how I elected to arrange that stuff.
That's cool. That's a good idea. See, I just have random. I just have X-Men in front of X-Men books. I don't have team members, although I do have Havoc and what's the green girl's name in X Factor?
Polaris.
I have Havoc and Polaris in front of X Factor. That's like the most I did. Otherwise, I just have random X people in front of X books. But that's a cool idea to have the team members in front of them.
Jess, I found the picture, by the way.
Oh, how?
on the Den, you made a post July 17th, 2017, talking about it.
Is there a way we can see it?
Let me see if I can share
What
my
did I
screen.
say?
Let's see.
Hi, you are amazing, Gio. I don't know how you find stuff, but you really do.
That's that's one of my hobbies. Can you guys see it?
101. Somebody let me in. Sorry, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
now I'm
What's
gonna
up,
have to
dude?
grab another drink.
What?
can you guys
I'm
see
gonna
the
have to
picture?
grab another drink because I already finished my first one. So what? But what head did you have on it before?
Well, that's the skull head, the
Yeah.
red skull head, and there's the onslaught head. So that made sense.
Yeah, you wrote, here's the head I originally put on this guy, and Tyler Chu called me out on it.
Oh,
But that was the right head. I don't know why.
I know, exactly.
Because the Magneto head was packaged,
With-
if I remember correctly, with Kitty Pryde.
Or
It was-
Rogue. I think it was Rogue.
But it was in a separate set because
Yeah.
the Onslaught figure was not in an X-Men set, which is why I don't have that Onslaught Build-A-Figure.
oh,
cool.
good job scrolling in.
It
That's
was
really cool.
that Magneto head sculpt was with the Jim Lee Rogue that came out, I think, like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Gee, that doesn't really seem that bad to me. I thought it was originally like
I thought you used like Squirrel Girl or something.
yeah, me too. I thought I mean I put the red skull guy on, but I really feel like I accidentally put some, the vulture's head on him or something crazy accidentally. But I definitely know I put the red skull head on him.
You were right, because that was the Build-A-Figure that the from Uncanny Avengers and all that stuff. So it's
Yeah,
not like you were doing something wrong or anything.
Jess is always doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Tried to destroy Darkhawk, and now he had to pay his garbage disposal.
I didn't put Darkhawk on the disposal. Look,
Oh,
I'll show you right where Darkhawk is. He's right there. He's a king among kings. He's right there with Black Bolt and
Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, that looks awesome.
yeah. Darkhawk rules that shelf. I don't mess with Darkhawk anymore.
I have never seen a group so concerned with what's in a person's garbage disposal.
Oh, I haven't either. That's the most popular, most commented on Instagram post I've ever had, is that garbage disposal one.
They're gonna do a Darkhawk movie, and Jess, out of like superstition, is gonna see it 15 times in theaters.
Oh, I'm gonna take my figure with me. He's gonna sit on my shoulder.
Please, Lord Darkhawk.
I'll buy him his own seat.
Buy him his own drink and popcorn too.
Hey, whatever he wants. Just don't make my power go out again 42 times a night.
So what? So I collect the main thing, and really the only thing I collect right now are those X-Men Legends figures, and I collect every single one of them I can get my hands on. But what about you guys? Like, doing a video on collectibles, what are the things that y'all pick up? And I know we didn't say action figures. So Jess, I know you collect a lot of stuff like collectible vinyls and stuff like that. Luis, you get a lot of the 4Ks and the steel books.
That's true.
And then Gio gets everything he wants.
Oh, my tastes are so wide and weird.
He is a week in geekdom.
Yeah.
So
You put Gio in a box.
Yeah.
nobody puts Gio in the corner.
My collection, what I try and do is balance. I do believe that I'm a sucker for aesthetic, and sometimes when it gets too crowded, I get displeased and I change everything. And I recently changed my bookshelves. I'm going to show you in a couple minutes. And I restructured everything, and I tried and do themes and all that stuff. I no longer have any room for Marvel Legends, so I stopped at the oh my god, I completed the Fantastic Four Walgreens set, and I paired it with Silver Surfer and Doctor Doom and all that stuff. But I would come back if they make new versions of Ronin and Annihilus, because those are super pricey online, and I do not want to spend that much on those figures. I think both of them were Build-A-Figures back in the day.
Josh Angel, thank you so much for the $1.99, buddy.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
And they're doing a new Doctor Doom too.
Yeah, originally we saw that they had a listing for a Walgreens Doctor Doom, but that was Infamous Iron Man Doom or whatever. But now they're coming out with a proper modern Doctor Doom Marvel Legends, and it looks pretty cool.
Which one of those was the hardest to get? Like of the Fantastic Four ones, was it Sue?
No, I have two of them actually.
Are these the Marvel Legends?
The Thing. The hardest one for me was The Thing, but I was fortunate enough when Josh was still in the groups, he helped me out post Hurricane and all that stuff, because I had missed out the release window for the Fantastic Four, so he was able to get me Mr. Fantastic and Human Torch. But The Thing was the hardest one to find, I think.
Here's $1.99 from Josh Angel.
Yay!
Thanks
Thank you,
for all
Josh.
the hours of entertainment. That's just to Lou from just this week, when Lou's done like 15 hours worth of videos already. Juby, no, I wasn't so bored I left. I went to get a couple things to show because I wanted to show some things.
I just noticed that all of you guys are gray shirt themed.
Ah,
today,
shit.
but
Come on, Gio.
I'm sorry.
You get
Represent.
Memo.
the email?
Mr. Horse.
Oh, mine. I'm got a fanboy out here. Look at my shirt. That's Aquaman.
Well, I got mine, so.
Gio, you never check your emails.
No, I don't. I'm very irresponsible.
So this way, if we're talking about stuff like Greg Land or Civil War II, I don't have to say anything.
You can just show the shirt.
No, sir. I don't like it. Gio went off cam because he's stripping.
He's putting on a great
Hold on.
shirt.
He's
Yeah,
like,
I'm putting
"Fuck,
on a gray shirt.
be right back. Let me get my gray Aquaman shirt."
Hold on. No, I'm
So,
charging
Jess,
my
what
computer.
did you get? What are you
I
going to
do want to show
us?
you.
I'm going to show you. Let's see, where are we?
Well, I'm in Texas.
No, I have the thing. Here we go. I wanted to show you what I just got, and that is Angela.
Oh my god!
So who made that?
This is a
Diamond.
Diamond Select Marvel.
Is that one of those kind of like lightweight PVC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty nice, and they're focusing a lot on these past couple years.
Yeah, they're really good. They don't take up much room, and they're very nice.
They're very cost effective as well. Like they're like 20 something bucks or something like that
with a discount. Yeah. Yeah, and I really like Angela, and Gio's the one, of course, who tells me about every toy ever. He's just, I think Gio, you should put up you should pull up the Harley Quinn Adam Hughes statue if you can find it, because that is going to be my last statue, because I don't have any other room, but I cannot live without this Harley Quinn Adam Hughes statue.
Are you're not going to get the life size Harley Quinn?
Those are sold out.
That's sold out.
That thing's sold out.
It's kind of creepy.
Well,
I guarantee you.
help you
6 months
steal
from now, we will. 6 months from now, we will see a news story of a man that married that statue.
For $5,000, I'm going to go to Vegas and just have a hooker dress up as Harley Quinn for me.
Damn. I always get so many emails from Big Bad Toy Store because I order all my figures through them.
Yeah.
I'm always so tempted to buy literally everything that they show.
That is going to be my last statue. That has been said at least 3 times.
You guys are right, though.
It has been said a bit.
Calling Omar the 2016 Jess. He is hauling hard these days.
I'm telling you, he is just circa 2016, man.
He's hauling hard.
He's getting books every week, you know. He's putting on a little weight, things like that. It happens. You know?
Dang.
I'm kidding. I love it.
If I showed you guys how much stuff I actually get every week, I think you'd be pissed off at me. You'd be like, why the fuck are you buying so much shit, Ryley?
Still not as bad as just 2016.
No, absolutely not. That was my crazed mania phase. When I had to have everything, it was like a trophy haul. They were trophies. They weren't books.
What broke you? What was it that finally broke you from like every week you were hauling real hard? Was there like an instance where you just ordered way too much and you realized it?
I miss those hauls.
True. I didn't know why. We would just kick back for like an hour and just would go through every single thing in the old episodes.
Part of it is that I've run out of room, and then the other part of it is I took it's just been the past year or so when my wife has said that she wants to downsize and move to a condo because my daughter's long gone out of the house,
right?
And I just looked at my books differently. When my wife really first said that was last fall, we need to downsize and move out of the house. And I said, if that means cutting down on my books, I'm not waiting 3 years and doing it 2 months before we move.
Right.
So all of a sudden something changed in me and I said, out of all these books, what do I really want to read? What's a trophy? What's something I really want to read? And what's something that I want to reread? And so that's when the big purge started happening because I just did not want to wait until the last minute. And I just started looking at these things, realizing that I wasn't going to read them.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think that's a big breaking point for a lot of people. That they start looking at all the books that they have and they go, I'm not going to get to 90% of this stuff.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. I'm 30 years older than you guys. You guys got 30 more years than I do to read all your books. So it makes sense for you guys to build up a big collection because you got a whole lifetime to live. And I'm not trying to be morbid or dark or anything, but I'm in the 7th inning here. Who knows how much more time I got to read, Guardian Solo Classic. Am I actually going to get to that book? I don't know. And are those stories I really want to read? I don't know. I'm looking at all my Deadpool books thinking I'd rather read my Deadpool books. Those are fun. And they have high rereadability in them. So, so it was, that was really what's done it for me is just having to really take a hard look at the books and say, what am I really going to read?
Yeah. I feel you.
Pictures. Let me. of random stuff. This is mostly DC collectibles, so Marvel fanboys, just don't be too mad at me. I'm going to share my screen again.
Okay.
Application window. Share. Can you guys?
There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's
Jesus,
coming
that's a
out
lot of
soon.
It's coming out what?
That's coming out soon.
Soon?
That's nice.
Like Christmas time?
I think early early 2020. Same with the Huntress Bombshell.
Now that can you? Yeah, look at that face. That is freaking gorgeous. Oh, good job. Look at
Wow.
that.
That is a good level of detail.
That is just absolutely gorgeous.
They did a great job on that. What's the going price on that, Gio?
I think it's $100 or
That's
less.
not
Something in 100.
That's not bad. Now my question is it life size?
No,
Oh.
I don't need that to be happy.
this is what I'm getting. I'm
Yeah,
really excited about this.
I want to get that
Ooh.
too.
I like that.
Huntress Bombshell.
Yeah,
I
I want to
definitely
get
like
that
that.
too.
Let's see what else we got over here. I don't know if Jess saw this one. This is a Joelle Jones Catwoman.
Oh, whoa.
From the
That
wedding that was supposed to happen?
That looks beautiful.
It is nice.
Oh, that's
That is really
gorgeous.
It's very nice.
What else did I open? Did you see this, Harley Quinn?
No, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, at least these two are coming out before the year ends.
Well, Christmas
This
time.
was also revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, I think, or early summer, I think,
Ooh,
based on the Batman TMNT graphic novel.
I love the turtles, man. I like that they drew Raphael really big.
They all come with accessories, and instead of building a figure per se, you build a pizza. Each because they're dual packs, and each pack has a slice of pizza. When you get the whole set, you build a whole pizza with the box. So yeah. Plus it's also based on the movie, the animated movie. This was also revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. It is the 100th black and white Batman statue.
Damn. Who's the designer?
This one is based off of Todd McFarlane.
Of course.
That's a pretty wicked cape.
That's
I
not-
have the 35th statue, which was a David Finch Batman.
No.
And
I wanted to get the
I don't know if it's. Oh, here it is. I don't know if you guys can. I got this one.
I wanted the Cthulhu one.
Oh, they all look so cool.
There's a couple questions that are actually good. Are you guys gonna watch the new Harley Quinn show coming out?
Of
Yes.
course, we have
You
to.
bet. It looks awesome. It looks great.
Jess, did you see this?
It's on the DC thingy, isn't it?
So I'm interrupting. Have you?
No,
No,
I'm
it's
just,
okay.
I'm just, I'm just asking questions that I know we're all going to say yes to.
Well, if it's on the DC thingy, I don't have the DC thingy.
We'll talk afterwards.
Okie dokie.
This I
There
want.
was only any other way you could get it.
I don't know about
Yellow
you guys, but
Predator,
yeah,
Yellow Lantern
so
Predator.
badass. Yeah. And he's fighting against Hal, but it comes with an alternate head, so you can build John Stewart. And it
Oh
makes
my
sense.
gosh, what a concept!
Yeah,
That's
'cause
cool.
They also did Superman versus Alien and Batman versus a Joker styled alien too.
What site are you looking at?
Usually, I was at the NECA Facebook. They post all the pictures.
How do I share? Because I want to share some of the upcoming ones that I'm looking at.
You see where down below our little pictures it says share screen?
Oh, well, duh.
And then you share it, and then I try and figure it out from there.
Click share twice. And then what I do is I hit on application window. So I just share Google Chrome. I don't have to share the computer screen.
Jess, have you scheduled the 24-hour live stream yet? No.
Wow,
A
can you
Saturday
imagine?
would be the day that I do it, though. That's when I'm on for 6 hours.
24 hours. Jeez.
You go 6 hours on Saturday?
Sometimes when I have 3 shows, yeah.
Okay, so
There
you
it
can
is.
see my stuff now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I was saying, I do the Legends figures, and there are a lot of upcoming ones that just got announced. So I'm gonna share that, the upcoming ones that I'm looking at getting.
What was that green? Oh, is that green Spider-Man? Oh, that is so cool! Big time Spider-Man.
Big time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is was. I ordered that from Big Bad Toy Store.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Well,
he's green.
of course you would, because you get all the Spider-Man figures.
Yes.
Okay, so let me go back to my wheelhouse. So I'll show you the ones that I have on pre-order, and then I'll get off and I can show the ones that I just got in the mail yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's one that I don't have on pre-order. I'm hoping that they release this Colossus in a set, like one of the regular series, because they haven't done a new classic Colossus. But I don't need this guy. I don't need Juggernaut because I already have Juggernaut from the Build-A-Figure set previously. I don't know if this Juggernaut is slightly... Oh, there we go.
It's a little bit different.
The broken helmet. Yeah. So as tempting as it is to have a slightly different Juggernaut just so I can get this nice Colossus, I don't think I'm down with the $62.99 price point just for that. Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately... I mean, the Colossus is nice. It's $62.99 for both figures. Which if I hadn't have already made the Juggernaut, then that would have been cool because the Build-A-Figures can be a lot on their own, which is something we were talking about before. But I can't spend $63 for a figure I already have.
Yeah.
Another one that I opted out of getting is this Hulk versus Wolverine 2-pack. As much as I love the Hulk and as much as I love Wolverine, again, it's not worth $63 for me to get a Wolverine that just has a slightly different cowl.
I like that, though. That's the classic, man.
Yeah. But I can probably buy the classic head on eBay for cheaper than $62.99, and then I can probably get a Hulk for a lot cheaper as well. So I've opted out of those. I don't think there's anything else recent that I decided not to get. Here's the freaking Professor X that I need. I still haven't gotten this guy. This is the one that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Shadow King's head right here.
Ooh.
And he's got his hover chair with a little thing so it looks like it's floating. He can stand up.
Or farting.
Or not. Yeah, it is. It's actually him farting continuously. And he's also farting out of his head.
I miss the classic, lazy boy chair that I used to have.
And I guess you can take the effect off of Cerebro's helmet
Just
as well.
Look at that thing is built for comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually I'll probably wind up getting that, but I'm trying to get it for more of around $30 instead of 45 or so. I also did not decide to get this Cowboy Logan because I just have like 50 Wolverines at this point.
Yeah, they've spammed Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's got the blade though. Like that sword is so cool. Look at it.
Customize that with a regular sword.
So the really upcoming ones,
that Scorpion.
This one.
Yeah, I love Scorpion. He's my favorite Marvel bad guy.
And that's the like classic version too.
Mm-hmm.
Although that is good.
My dream figure would be a Build-A-Figure big time Scorpion, like the mecha suit that he wore. I want that so badly.
Yeah. Now the ones that I do have on pre-order, though, I have a few of these on pre-order. Where are they? So, here's another one I don't have that's kind of X-Men related is the
What the hell is
Deadpool
that?
and
The
Hit Monkey. Now, Hit Monkey was released a long time ago as a Build-A-Figure in one of the, not a long time ago, but 7-8 years ago as a Build-A-Figure. And I passed on that entirely. And I really don't care about Hit Monkey, so I don't really care to get it. And then you have Deadpool looking like he should be playing for Cheap Trick for some reason. And it comes in this very Miami Vice looking themed box, which I'm not sure if I don't remember that thematically being in the book anywhere. I don't know. It would have been from Daniel Way's run, where whatever it was. So here's one of the 3-packs though that I have on pre-order. It's
Love pack.
Yeah, it's the Love Triangle,
Triangle.
3-pack with Wolverine, Jean Grey. This is the whole reason why I'm getting this set, and then Cyclops. The Cyclops is cool though because he does have the alternate head that there's not a close up on. So he does have the alternate head here with the sunglasses, which is something that the other Cyclops does not have, and also he's got the leather jacket. So that is huge. And before they announced this, one of my friends had told me, he's like, hey, I think they're doing a 3-pack. It's going to have Cyclops and Wolverine with Jean Grey. And I'm like, shit, I'm going to have to pay $60 for 3 figures just to get the one. And I was like, I hope at the very least that they give Cyclops a leather jacket, because I would be okay with buying it if that's true. And it is true. And he has 3 heads. He has the regular visored head and 2 sunglasses heads with different types of sunglasses. Plus he has the hand here where he's looking like he's doing the his optic glass.
Yeah.
Jean, very simple, has 2 heads, one with a ponytail, one without. I don't care. I've been wanting this figure forever, and the previous release is very hard to find. And then Logan is the least exciting of the bunch. He's got a slightly damaged cowl and bone claws. So that's cool, bone claws. And then he has a maskless head, and then he's got the cowl that you can hang he's got it down instead of up on his head. So that set, like I said, mainly I'm looking at Jean Grey. She's like the last piece of the puzzle for the 90s figures. This is going to be really awesome. Here's a 2-pack of the 90s X Factor Havoc and Polaris figures. So these are based off of the 90s version of the characters with those awesome 90s suits. Polaris has amazingly sculpted green hair. They look straight out of the comics. They both have that same effect that's been duplicated multiple times for so many figures, but whatever. I'm super about it because the Havoc figure, like that jacket, just looks so cool. The Polaris hair is so well sculpted. Like, there's so much to love about this set.
Even the packaging with
the packaging is awesome.
With the card art from the 90s.
Super awesome, yeah. I'm so excited about that.
Does it come with the card or anything? Or is it just the art?
I think it's just the art.
Just the art on the back for those 2 cards from the 90s cards. So I'm super excited about that. I have that on pre-order. And then the last one that I have on pre-order is this little guy right here. Not that exciting, but Deathlock from Uncanny X-Force. So during the second arc of Uncanny X-Force was Deathlock Nation, and eventually they had one of the Deathlocks join the team. So he's wearing the X-Force costume. He comes with his gun. He comes with extra guns and stuff. Nothing overall too terribly exciting, but it's awesome if you're a team builder, because they've just recently released re-released the X-Force Wolverine, Uncanny X-Force, Wolverine. So we have that. They also recently re-released X-Force Deadpool, so we have that. And then I'm hoping that they'll release Uncanny X-Force Archangel, because Archangel is super hard to get. The Uncanny X-Force version was released years ago as like an SDCC special pack alongside Psylocke and Wolverine. So,
So no Phantom X or no Nightcrawler from that.
so
run either.
Phantom X was released. I actually sent mine to Jess.
Yes.
So Jess has my Phantom X figure.
He is proudly in front of my Uncanny X-Force book right now.
One day I will either get that one back, or if they re-release it, I will get the not that specific one. I'll either buy myself another one of that, or I will get the a re-release if they eventually do that. Which I feel like Hasbro has been doing so well to release all of these like figures like to complete teams. Because like they're doing this with Deathlock, which is completely out of left field. These two guys are being released, and we also had the Jamie Madrox figure from earlier this year or sometime last year was from this set. And then it's not available for pre-order yet because we don't actually know what the whole set is going to be. But we have...
Whoops, what happened?
I think you got to click on yourself.
He what?
I think he removed himself from the stream.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, he clicked the wrong button. There you go.
Thank you. I was trying to get my camera instead of my video, but they haven't announced all the figures in the set yet, but they're doing a Build-A-Figure set with what's his name?
Strong Guy?
Strong Guy.
Yep.
So they're doing Strong Guy, which has been rumored for a while. So it's finally they're doing Strong Guy, and it's gonna have X-Man and I think Morph I think is gonna be in there.
This one's for you,
Morph and Mindy?
They're doing a couple of other ones, and there's rumor that they're going to do a lot of like the Age of Apocalypse characters, like because I know that Weapon X is going to be one of the figures in that set, but they haven't announced the entire set yet, so it's going to be pretty cool. That's the next big one, and then they also are going to have upcoming. I think Danny Moonstar is going to have her own Walgreens figure.
Yeah,
and then there's going to be like a 2 or 3 pack as well that has like Karma and someone else. I think. Let me see if I can find that.
I am jonesing for the Emma Frost Walgreens figure.
I still haven't found. Is that one out yet?
I don't know that it's out yet.
I haven't found.
I found them.
What?
I got the pictures. If you want to see them.
Oh. I thought you found the figures.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't know.
I've been looking. Every time I come by at Walgreens, I check, and I can't find Emma, and I can't find Mystique yet. So those are two. Gio, if you have the pictures, you should share them because I don't have the pictures of the other ones.
I'm 2 minutes away from a
I
Walgreens.
got you, son.
Here for you.
I thought for sure you were going to say you were 2 minutes from a hoagie.
That too. Yeah, if you see Mystique and Emma Frost, let your boy know.
Actually, Justin,
What's that?
Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
All right. Ignore all the pop-ups and the website because whatever. They're doing a endgame wave with all of these guys.
That's the Fat Thor wave.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, they have Fat Thor. Awesome.
Fat Thor putting on mass.
He's a Build-A-Figure.
But you got he's a Build-A-Figure. That's fine.
There it is.
Still not chunky enough.
Reminds me too much of the dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, the Cosmic Ghost Rider figure's coming out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna
want super tempted.
That is boss.
I'm gonna want that. Is that a separate one or is that a Build-A-Figure?
That's separate.
No, that's a separate one. Yeah.
I want that.
I do too.
I want to go to there.
Here's a Dr. Doom.
Is that the infamous Dr. Doom?
No, that's the like modern Dr. Doom.
Oh.
The just famous Dr. Doom.
The famous Dr. Doom.
Shang-Chi. I wonder why.
No
Like
clue.
he's got a movie or something coming out. She-Hulk or just Hulk?
That's a cool one.
We don't
Back when
discriminate. against
she
gender here.
shed the she part of her name.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And
the
she-
Aaron Aikman spider. No, that's not Aaron Aikman. That's the Mark
Ends of the
Mark
Earth.
Wait. Did she
Yeah,
really
yeah.
shed the she part?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that part, because that's when the Hulk was dead, and so
Oh, okay.
She-Hulk was just Hulk for like a dozen issues or so.
Okay.
This is the Velocity suit from the Spider-Man game.
Cool.
The Velociraptor suit.
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl.
This was for Jack.
Forget it.
That's for Jeff.
No, it is
Yeah.
not. You
Warzone
stop.
Punisher. Old guy Vulture.
The most
He's
ridiculous
original.
character in Marvel's history.
Red Ghost has a few words to say.
There's that other 2-pack. There's that 3-pack. There's that other thing. Here we go.
There we go. Danny
Ah,
Moonstar.
So you need to buy, if you want all 3, you need to buy 3 sets, 3
Ah,
figures
son of a
to
bitch.
have all the characters. Yep.
That's so annoying.
Yep.
But then you could buy 3 and you could sell the the remaining because you'd have extra heads.
Mm-hmm. Morph.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, poor
He's
Morph.
basically just
Recycling.
got like, yeah, it's recycled
The material.
Magneto's cape, I think,
Or
and
material parts.
Oh, they put
Yeah.
no-
there's
they put
definitely a
no
lot of
thought-
recycling going on in that one.
Yeah, they put no thought into that guy.
That's not the actual figure, but that's just a concept
It's
on
the concept.
Strongman.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Super excited. There's Weapon X,
X-Man.
X-Man.
And that's it.
So X-Man, Weapon X, Morph. There should be at least 3 more figures for that set.
Yep.
That they haven't announced yet.
And they're also doing, hold on, let me check, because there's 2 random figures that I want Jess to see. Give me 1 quick second while I Google it.
Kenny Crayley has been very patient saying, do you guys collect any of the DC Collectibles figures from the DC animated universe from the Batman the Animated Series?
I have the Batman the Animated Series 2-pack from Mask of the Phantasm. It's classic, just cartoon black and gray Batman, and then Phantasm. Batman's awesome. The figure is awesome. Great articulation, but Phantasm has horrible articulation because her hood gets in the way of stuff, and the cape and cowl block her shoulders, so she winds up having bad like articulation up on the torso and the top half, and then her feet don't have an ankle pivot, so you can't really position her effectively.
It's what's weird is I've been a mostly DC guy my whole life, yet 95% of my figures are Marvel, and that's because the face sculpts, Gio and I have talked about this forever.
Mhm.
The face sculpts are so beautiful on these Marvel figures that Hasbro has been putting out.
Yeah.
And they're so disappointing on the DC line that I just won't buy DC figures. The only DC figures that I buy are the Artifacts line over there in the Batman.
Mhm.
Over there in Batman, and then Superman and Kara right there are the Artifacts ones, because the action figures just are not attractive.
Yeah, Mattel just really sucks at making figures.
Well, now it's going over to McFarlane,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what the figures look like and how they hold up, because McFarlane toys, while sculpted well, a lot of them are really flimsy. Like I know they did the Saga figures not too long ago, and I know the Saga figures had kind of flimsy joints and stuff, and I know they're oftentimes really small.
Yes.
So
Who
we'll
did the
see what
Invincible figures? Because those things blow.
I think that was McFarlane.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yep, but they're gonna make them like the same size as Marvel Legends and stuff, and like 6 inch and all that stuff.
DC just they can't stay with a line, and this is something that my brother-in-law, he collects a lot of DC figures, and we always talk about like they had, I think, like the Essentials line and the Icons line and all that different stuff, and then Mattel did the DC Universe figures. The DC Universe figures suck. They're all ugly. They have horrible sculpts. The bodies are always awkward looking. The other lines are good. I think the Icons line is small. It's like a little bit smaller than Legends.
Yeah.
And then the Essentials line was really nice, really good. They were modeled after artwork by Jason Fabok, but they all of a sudden canceled it. And now they're doing the stuff from McFarlane. So a lot of people are really excited about McFarlane. I don't collect enough DC stuff as far as toys go to really care one way or the other. But I hear about it literally all the damn time because my brother-in-law collects them.
Let's hear from Whiny McWinerson. Wow, a collectibles episode, and I wasn't even messaged by Jess about it. This hurts. That may have something to do with the fact that you canceled on our show today because you had a cold and had to stay in bed all day.
Maybe he was lying.
Yeah, you wouldn't even do my show today with me.
Dang.
You wouldn't do my show with me today, so why would I think you could do this show with me tonight? What's going on?
It sounds like an employee just went and asked for his boss for a raise.
Yeah.
Why would I give you a raise if you can't even do your job right now?
Yeah.
Oh
He
shit.
asked for the raise and he took the day off because he was sick that day.
Yeah.
So
what's up with that?
So do y'all want to see some real toys?
Like what kind of toys?
Well, the
Right,
toys
Hot Wheels?
I actually have, and not the ones in the pictures.
Ooh, nice.
You need to get a little bit under some light so we can see those a little bit better. Do you have a little bit better light source?
I don't know what light means.
The sun or the moon?
The sun doesn't exist right now. Let me
Go
put
outside in the moonlight.
the dog in the cage, and then I'll try and be underneath the light that's on the couch.
Okay.
Jess, I'm going to share my screen one last time.
Okay.
Share screen, application window. This was recently revealed. These are 2 Marvel Legends that they're making. I don't know if you can see them.
Whoa! That looks like Pharaoh Lad.
This is
Superior Octopus.
Octopus, yeah. And they're making this chick, which I forgot her name.
What the heck?
White Rabbit.
White
What's
Rabbit,
she
thank you.
from?
She's from Spider-Man.
Gosh, I gotta catch up on Spider-Man.
She's in some of the older Spider-Man
Older, yeah.
stuff, but she's also had a resurgence where she was used a couple times, and in the current arc of Nick Spencer's Spider-Man, she's part of the new like Sinister Six Superior Foes type team.
Oh.
I am so glad he keeps bringing back that concept. It's always great every time he does it.
That's
And
cool.
it's fun because in the series right now, it's like Boomerang is kind of,
He's his roommate, and he's the worst
kinda
roommate
good.
ever.
well, he's trying to redeem himself. So the current arc had like they're fighting the all-female Sinister Foes group, and he's like, Beetle, what's up? Like talking to them and stuff, and they're like fighting against each other. So it's actually really amusing.
Spencer has gotten so much out of that like little run he did. What was it, 15, 16 issues of Superior Foes? And he's gotten so much out of that. It's incredible. I love it. And every time those characters come back, I always love it. The female Beetle cracks me up every time.
Yeah, she's funny.
So I got the 2 recent X-Men Legends sets in the mail. There's the X-Force set with the Build-A-Figure Wendigo, and then I got the classic set with the Build-A-Figure of Nothing. And so that's 13 total figures I can show right now. So I was gonna run through my hierarchy of what I think was worst to best of each set of the two sets individually. I just have to remember which ones were with which set.
Before we get into that, I actually have to get going. I gotta get ready. I have a meeting tomorrow.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, Lou. Where can we find you making 5 videos a week?
I'm dying. No, it's
You chose that schedule.
It hasn't been that bad. It's been pretty manageable so far. You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Facebook, and you know what? Not even Facebook. On Twitter, just Twitter, because I don't even use that Facebook page anymore. And you can find me on Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where I have new videos coming out Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. every Sunday.
Crazy. This guy gets like 2 hours sleep and just makes videos nonstop.
It's I don't mind it. It's been fun, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, it has been really fun. I'm really taking a crack at this. I want to see what happens if I do 5 videos a week.
Well, so far,
to your body or to your subscription base?
To my mental health, whatever's left. All right, have a good night, everybody.
All right, take care, dude.
Peace.
Bye, bro.
Bye.
All right, so I'll show these figures. So I'm going to go through the classic figures first. There was 6 figures in this set. Just kind of show and highlight them. At the bottom, my least favorite of the bunch is going to be the Iceman figure. Just because there's really nothing too spectacular about him. It's a very just plain figure.
Oh, wait. Let me highlight you. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, as you can see, like he's Iceman, but just like the character himself, there's not a lot going on with his physical appearance. The more recent version of Iceman that they did a couple of sets ago was more interesting because he was the clear figure. You could see it was more opaque, I guess. He had like the spiky ice hair type thing, and I think with some sort of ice effect. This one doesn't have the hair piece. It looks more blue from the camera, but it's just like a silver, basically, a kind of icy looking silver. He does come with this piece right here, this ice to stand on, but I wish it looked more like he was, you could point his hand out like he was creating the ice, like in the old shows and stuff in comics where he's making the ice to kind of glide around. How
many of these figures do you have?
13.
Okay. We can't spend 10 minutes on each figure, dude.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
I'll cut you right off, boy.
So yeah, that one's at the bottom of my rung. I like the character. I'm glad the figure's here, but it's just not that interesting. I'd say after that, I'd have to put this Wolverine figure, just because we're already oversaturated with Wolverine, and this one is just a random ass costume that came from nowhere, and he came with the black sword, which makes sense because they're of the other character that's in this set, and you can have them go head to head with each other. But there's no sculpting, no nothing. It's just a black costume with a red belt. There's no sculpting on the arm hairs, as I mentioned that because there was on a previous one. It's just drawn on, and I don't know why he's got this black domino mask that you can't see it from here, but it has this weird
that's very odd looking.
Yeah, it's a weird figure, and he does come with his normal clawed hands, but I figured I'd give him the sword instead. After that, there's this Cyclops would be my next one in line. It's the X Factor Cyclops costume. The coolest part is he has the optic blast that you can put into his eyes. So that's a pretty cool little thing. None of the Cyclops figures before that have had this same little deal. So I'm really impressed with that. But otherwise, until they do a whole set of the X Factor, classic X Factor costumes, another Cyclops is just that. It's just another Cyclops, and it's the same exact sculpt as the classic Cyclops figure that came in the Jean Grey, like Dark Phoenix and Cyclops 2-pack, just with different colors. So cool, but not groundbreaking. Next, I'd say is my the Dazzler figure. This is the 80s version, the updated cool leather jacket Dazzler.
I have to get that.
It's a nice update from the Farrah Fawcett looking Disco Dazzler. It looks really great, very accurate to the comics and stuff. She's got the effects and everything. No rollerblades on this one.
Oh.
And I think she might have had an extra head. I don't remember, but
She
very
looks
cool
great.
figure. It's a cool figure, great sculpt, great head sculpt with a little bandana around and stuff. The jacket, I believe, it looks similar to Rogue, her jacket that she has from the Jim Lee version of Rogue. Then
I need to get that to go with my Marvel Masterwork Dazzler collection that's coming out.
Oh yeah. And then they released the one villain in this set was Silver Samurai, so that's pretty cool. He's got a lot of cool little features on his costume, and he's got the two swords, and it's nice to have him be head-to-head against the Wolverine figure that came in this set. So that's the only redeeming thing about this Wolverine is that you get to have him, you can play with your toys against each other.
That's cool.
And then the one that I was looking for the most out of this set is the white costume Jim Lee Storm. Awesome classic Jim Lee. This is a costume, of course, that we'd recognize from the cartoon. She has an amazing sculpt on her hair. Just looks fantastic. She's got her winged cape thing on here. It's kind of a flimsy fabric, but it works. The only thing I wish that they would put with these is flight stands, or at least make flight stands available. She did come with 2 yellow lightning effects that you can attach to her hands. I'm not a fan of those lightning effects because they're very hard to attach in a way that just doesn't seem weird and inorganic. So that's that's the classic set. The X-Force set has 6 figures and a Build-A-Figure. I'll get a couple of these at a time. So my least favorite of this set is easily the Guardian, because he's very plain, very nothing, and I really don't care about collecting Alpha Flight, which is why I also don't own Sasquatch. There's literally nothing exciting about this figure. He's just Canada themed. That's literally all we got from him. He has no accessories. He has no nothing. He was just a figure with a Build-A-Figure part. Next, and this one would be much higher up, if not for the fact that he doesn't have legs. And that's Cannonball. So Cannonball, I'm super excited to have this character. I'm super excited to have him as a figure, but he doesn't have legs. He only comes with the blast to make it look like he's flying, which is fine, but it's kind of awkward because if I'm having all my other figures standing next to each other, why would Cannonball just be blasting off, like just standing there and all of a sudden he's
prematurely?
Yeah. But I feel like they might release something with legs because you can very easily pop that off, and there's a peg here. So I'm betting that they're going to do something and release something where they're going to include his legs in a special figure somewhere. It's cool. It's a cool sculpt. His head sculpt is really nice. He's gritting his teeth because he's flying through the air.
Nice bright white teeth.
Yeah. Mine has some black mark underneath the eye right there. It looks like he got punched in the eye or something. But cool figure otherwise. The jacket looks nice. It looks just like the X-Force version of Cannonball. The next one I would say would be the Wolverine that I showed earlier. That's the X-Force Wolverine. There's just nothing really special about this Wolverine figure. He's got the same sculpted costume that we get from the other Wolverines. The big difference is his claws are thicker than other Wolverine claws that we've seen. But he's good. It's going to be even nicer when we have the whole X-Force set. We've got this one. I'm going to save her for after this. But then we've got the villain from this set was Sinister. He looks pretty great. He looks, I think, a lot better than the previous Marvel Legends Sinister, which I do have. So this is going to replace that one. He's got his big, flowy, tendrily cape. He looks sinister. He looks great. I think it's a fantastic character. He stands a lot taller than, look how much taller he is than Wolverine, say, like a whole head and a half taller, which is awesome. Very menacing. Then there's Boom Boom, which is an exciting figure because we just haven't had her yet at all. I haven't seen her at all before. So she's got her bubble gum in her mouth, her big old green, neon green shades, very well sculpted, short haircut. She has the little leather jacket. It's the same leather jacket that Dazzler has, it looks like. She just doesn't have sleeves. And then she has this really cool effect for her hand, and you can see the hand is kind of opaque, and it blends in with the little fire blast that she makes. So that was a really cool effect. I really like the way this figure turned out. And then my favorite, and this is 100% biased for this set, not counting the Build-A-Figure, which is also really nice, is definitely without a doubt Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, I gotta get a
waiting.
Nightcrawler.
I have been waiting for a Nightcrawler for the recent releases for so long. I'm really excited they finally did it. He is fantastic, great sculpt. He's got great articulation. So I had him crouching in more of a, what I think is a more appropriate Nightcrawler-y stance. He comes with his sword, so it looks like, from the Excalibur era. He has 3 heads. One of them, I chose the one that has like the shadowed top half. But he also comes with these 2 other heads. So one where he's gritting his teeth and one where he's just looking kind of stern. Fantastic figure. I'm absolutely in love with it. I think that they did a great job on this new Nightcrawler figure. Everything looks great. I'm really excited to have him alongside the other figures. And then the Build-A-Figure is this big old motherfucker, the Wendigo. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
That's huge.
Yeah. So just putting it up against, like, here's Boom Boom against the Wendigo. You can see she's a lot bigger. Here's Wolverine against Wendigo. He's tiny compared to Wendigo. And then Sinister, a larger figure, is still a good head shorter than the Wendigo figure. I really enjoy this figure. I really enjoy the articulation on it. It's very, very good for a larger figure. It's got great sculpting for all the hair all over the body. I think for the most part, it's the same pieces that they used for Sasquatch from a couple of sets ago, except with mainly a different head. And this one has a tail, which Sasquatch does not have a tail. So really awesome set. Great Build-A-Figure.
How hard was he to put together?
He wasn't. I mean, I just snapped it together. I know you had a hard time with like Venom, I think, before, right?
I had a hard time and actually ended up having to chuck. I can't think of who he was now, but he just would not stay together. Dormammu. He absolutely would not stay together.
That's weird. Yeah, mine have all been good. This one, I had a little bit of trouble snapping in the arms, but after kind of pressing in, it kind of came together pretty well. So I'm satisfied. I think it's great.
Good.
It's a lot better than, I don't know if I showed off the previous set back when I got it, but I think it's a much better Build-A-Figure than Caliban is. Caliban's just not very exciting of a figure, in my opinion. He was just a lot more plain. He's got a nice face sculpt, but the rest of the figure is really simple looking, not that exciting.
This would probably be a good time for me to mention InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add another 2% to that. Every quarter, there's an Omnibros Live discount code. If you live in the United States, you order $50 or more worth of books, you get free shipping.
Nice.
Which is awesome. And you know what else you get? The greatest customer service ever. The greatest packaging ever. I know I sound like I'm like a 16-year-old girl ever. Whatever. But whatever. Go to InStockTrades.com. It's Fabulous packaging service. It's InStockTrades.com. Right
fun
on,
fact,
man.
they even at some points have had action figures there.
At InStock Trades?
Yeah, I've seen a few times they'll have figures more so on DCBS than on IST,
Oh,
but
okay.
but they've had figures on sale on there before, which is I haven't seen it.
Uh-oh.
Nope. You can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Sorry,
There you
I believe that unless they've changed something, they do allow you possibly to order figures on there. So that might be worth looking into.
Gio, when did you think that Harley Quinn was going to be available? Like next year sometime?
Let me check real quick.
Because
Tomorrow.
the best place to get those statues is DCBS. Because they give you 32% off statues for a pre-order.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking around. Give me a second. I can't
fine.
find the listing.
Where am I going? It's fine. I got nothing better to do.
So
By the way,
I'm going to bed after this.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mentioned this in the chat, and I want to know what the viewers think about this idea. But I mentioned that we should do, and this is very much because of my recent purchases, we should do a show about the pre-Marvel Cinematic Universe Marvel movies. So I want to know what people think about that, and like stretching back.
Name the Marvel movies.
So I'm
While
thinking,
you do this, I'm going to go get my charger because my computer's running out. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Go ahead.
So I'm thinking we eliminate the X-Men series of films because they are on their own, and this is more about like exploring the often underseen ones and often overlooked ones. And probably also the Spider-Man franchise of films. Just ignore all of those. And so we're looking at stuff like from the beginning, like Howard the Duck, the old Captain America movie, the unreleased Fantastic Four, the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie, stuff like that. And even going through the 90s with like or the 90s and the early 2000s with like the Fantastic Four movies, Blade trilogy, Elektra and Daredevil, stuff like that. The Hulk movie by Ang Lee. Just looking at those movies and kind of ranking them amongst each other, but also comparing them to what we've seen, not only in how those characters specifically have been translated into the new films, but how much the filmmaking has evolved over the past couple decades with the superhero films, like going from something like Howard the Duck to something like Endgame. Like how far have we come? What are we seeing that's, making these movies so different and great and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And are some of these movies as bad as we remember them, or are they so bad that they're great? So I'm interested in doing a show like that. Jess told me I should do it for my own channel. I said what channel, and I think that we should just do it here so I can talk with everyone else about them.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't mind. We can rewatch them and do like mini reviews and stuff.
What did
A lot of
your idea?
I don't know. I'm not on the YouTube video. I don't remember grabbing the link.
Oh.
Let me see if you had posted it and I just missed it. But some of these I haven't seen. Like there's going to be several movies that either I haven't seen or I haven't seen in years. Like I haven't seen that Ang Lee Hulk movie since it was in the theaters. So
I have that on DVD.
I just got it on Blu-ray. That movie is on 4K.
The Ang Lee one?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because the other one is the Incredible Hulk movie.
So here's my Blu-ray of that one. But I was at Ye Old Walmart, and they had a 4K copy of Ang Lee Hulk.
Wow, what a waste!
And I was gonna send you and Luis a picture of it and be like, of all the movies to put in 4K.
Jesus, why?
I don't know. I have no. That's like.
Did Ang Lee pay for it?
Probably.
Was that movie really terrible? I never saw it.
It's got a lot of people are pretty. There's a lot of people that like it.
Yeah, it has a cult following of its own.
It definitely has a following of its own. It's got, I'd say, I'm trying to think of another, because there's other older of these movies that have their own followings and stuff. Like I know there's a lot of people who really liked. There's a lot of people who think that Spider-Man 3 is like the best of the original trilogy of Spider-Man movies.
That's an odd opinion.
Yeah, and I think that it's kind of like there's a lot of people in the same vein who are like the Ang Lee Hulk movie is genius. That's like the best Hulk movie out of the two, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what the comments on this idea are, but that's an idea that I came up with just recently, just having bought some of these movies. Like if you were to see my recent eBay purchases, you'd be like, what the fuck kind of shit? like it's Hulk, that Hulk movie, Howard the Duck, the Blade trilogy, the Fantastic Four, the unreleased movie, the old Captain America on Blu-ray, and I finally finished my James Bond collection by buying the last couple Pierce Brosnan ones that I hadn't bought in forever, but I also bought the original like 1967 or whatever it was Casino Royale movie. So I have that coming, and now the only James Bond movie I need to get is what was it? Never Say Never Again. I think the one that was like
with
Pierce Brosnan comes back after
you
a
mean
little while.
Never Say Never Again is with
Sean Connery comes back after a little while.
Yeah,
and he's sorry, I just said Pierce. So he comes back, and Roger Moore was already Bond, and they like made their own Bond movie separate from the actual series or something like that. That was basically just a remake of an earlier Bond movie anyway. So that's the last one that I don't own. But I guarantee I'll probably be ordering that soon.
So I
my recent eBay purchases are a mess.
I did say at the beginning of the video that I was going to show it, so here you go.
There you go.
That's sort of my recent display. I added link over there, and here's my Mezco Hellboy figures, which they're my favorite figures of all time. I love those guys.
Those are great. Yeah, I have some of those hanging up in a room.
My only real like manly statue is Aquaman, of course.
Yeah.
And over here, there's a pop. There's my weird Japanese section with Frankie from One Piece, Godzilla. Big Barda's there for some reason. I don't know. And the only pops I do collect, and they're all the mess right there, are the Overwatch pops. And if we go down here to the cubes themselves, just a random assortment of... whoa, I'm flipping the camera. Sorry. Pop stuff. Also, here is the... there's the Fantastic Four, which I took a page as Vault and added it to the books, like you mentioned earlier.
So, right on, man. That's fun.
Are you concerned with getting like the Inhumans characters for that set at all?
I have the Inhumans, but I can't. On this video because it's very uncomfortable where I place them.
Gotcha.
They're down on the floor near a corner on my Detolf.
So
I
what
made,
do you?
I made a set
Which-
display, like a dio with all the Marvel cosmic characters that I like against Thanos, sort of my version of the Infinity Gauntlet comic, and I added the Inhumans to that set.
So, which did you get like the exclusive Medusa and stuff?
Yeah, I have the Walgreens Medusa and the oh man, I think that Black Bolt. I don't think it was an exclusive, but it came out
so.
a long time ago. They did a re-release for the Black Panther wave, but I never got it because I already have one. I might get it in the future because it has a screaming face, and I do want to use that against Thanos.
Cool.
But yeah, I got those two. I got Kamala Khan next to them. I need to get.
She's an Inhuman. That's good.
Yeah. They did a smaller version of Lockjaw. It's like a 3-inch figure. I want to get that to added to the Inhumans stuff.
Did you get Namor as well?
I have the modern version with the full costume from Illuminati.
I need to get that one because that one would go good with the X-Men figures.
They have the other one that comes with the Speedo, but I don't know. I'm good with that one. The one I got. My dream for Marvel Legends, and I know it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's a full-on Inhumans wave, and Gorgon or Lockjaw could be the Build-A-Figure. Like, can you imagine like a full dog Build-A-Figure?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be a good choice with how big Lockjaw is portrayed often.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a really good choice. I mean, if it was only Inhumans characters, like they can get Triton, they can get Karnak. There's a lot of choices. They could even do some of the more recently created ones during Charles Soule's run.
Yeah.
Like Reader and I forget what
Dante, Inferno something.
Yeah. There's a lot of them that they could do if they ever get back to pushing the Inhumans. And they could even do like what was it called? The thing from Death of the Inhumans?
Oh,
Vox, I think.
Vox, yeah, I think that's the name. I know what you're talking about.
They could do that too. But we'll see.
Oh, by the way, Jess, before we leave, the statue is coming out April 2020.
Oh, I'm going to have a hard time justifying that. That's a month after my birthday. I'm just going to have to flat out buy it for myself.
It can be like a late birthday gift. Like, hey, I kind of forgot this one. Here we go.
How many months is that? We got September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 8 months. Just tuck away $10 per month.
Oh, I have no problem affording it. It's just the question of my bringing another statue into the house.
Oh, bringing it inside?
Yeah.
I didn't know if your wife was going to be like, why are you spending, $80 to $100 on a random statue?
I see some space over there.
Where?
Behind you with the pink Harley Quinn pop. Down below. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, right there. It can go right there.
The Harley Quinn statue?
Uh-huh.
That's
just
not a bad idea.
Put it at your nightside table.
Or, yeah, that's an option too.
Or put it in the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Yeah, I doubt you have any decorations in your bathrooms.
You're correct. There are no statues in our bathrooms.
Boom. Okay, there's some space right there. She can be like the soap holder or something, or she can hold your hand towel.
Yeah, actually, this is my Harley Quinn section here, so that would be a good place for me to have a statue. I like the way you think, Gio.
Yay.
Nice.
Dang, no one likes the way I think.
I like the way you think, except about bathrooms.
What's wrong with the bathroom?
Plus, every time we do a show, everybody can see that statue and be like, "Wow, that's a cool statue." It'd be right there on every video.
It would be right there.
Mhm.
I'm doing it.
Yes.
Okay, great idea.
Was my movie idea great? What did people say? Did the people say anything good?
A couple of people said they were down for it.
Cool.
I'm down with whatever you guys want because I love OmniBros and I love you guys. So.
Oh, well, we have to highlight this opinion. Jess, your Adam Strange overview was so good. Thank you. Peace and love.
Agreed. I liked it.
Thank you. Thank you.
What Adam Strange overview did you do?
The Adam Strange Silver Age Omnibus. I did that this morning.
Oh. I didn't do anything this morning.
You didn't work, or did you have the day off?
Oh, I did work. Yeah, that's right. I was hard at work, actually.
By the way, speaking of Adam Strange, Jess, have you seen Young Justice?
I have not.
Because he shows up in season 2, and I wanted to ask you what you thought of him, but whenever you do watch it, if you're interested, I'm very interested in your opinion about it.
Both you and Gabe talk about that show all the time.
I love it. It's one of my favorite animated shows, and he shows up in the pilot for season, the first episode of season 2. Sorry, and I thought like his redesign was really cool, and the story and all that stuff. And I was wondering what your opinion was. So if you do watch it, let me know.
Okay. Well, that's going to be Tom King and Mitch Gerard's next book is going to be Adam Strange, and they're going to be paying homage to a lot of Gardner Fox stories.
I can't wait for that. It's awesome.
Which is going to be a lot of what I just reviewed. So it might end up being a book people want to look at and just get themselves familiar with what Tom King's going to be talking about. Because, first of all, the art in that book is fantastic. Carmine Infantino with Murphy Anderson on it. And then the stories are typical Silver Age science fiction stories, but I think they're a little bit better than just run-of-the-mill science fiction stories. So I think they've got a lot they can mine there for good stories. Tom King certainly can. If Tom King makes Adam Strange a two-timing husband with another wife and family on Earth, I will really be upset. I don't think he's going to do that.
Tom King should do Animal Man next.
You know who would be
interesting?
Jess, your last review of Doctor Strange was so good. Your co-host especially was extremely insightful. From Teeler Blount. Thank you, Teeler. Somebody brought it up that Donny Cates would be awesome for Batman if they could only get him over from Marvel.
I don't know what DC I would think that Donny Cates would do great with, because his sensibilities are something that fits so well with Marvel. But I was thinking about recently, like, he would be a really good fit for something like Thor. Just going balls to the wall with the action and having just kind of the sensibilities that he's brought to some of his characters that he's written would be really cool in that type of character.
Yeah, no, I know, the Collector. I was just spitballing there. I know Kate's just signed an extension. But yeah, like that. Let's see. I don't think I have anything insightful left to say because I am way exhausted and ready to go to bed. So
yeah. My last thing would be for if you're starting out building a collection of figures, just buy what you love and don't get crazy just because like you'll see somebody with a statue and I want that, and then I want that other thing, and then you end up with like hundreds of things that you didn't really need. Just get stuff that when you look at it, you love it 100%. That's my main advice, because it can be a black hole and you're going to spend way too much money on collectibles.
I absolutely agree with Gio. Only buy what you like, because it makes no sense to buy something that you don't care for. Like don't get stuck buying a whole set from like Big Bad Toy Store or something because you want the one figure that's hard to find, and you buy $150 worth of action figures. Don't do that. And don't have the fear of missing out make you sleep in front of a Walgreens for 6 straight nights. Just relax.
Yeah.
Basically, don't be me. Don't buy the entire Wendigo wave just because you kind of wanted to build a Wendigo. No, I would say the best thing that I did in deciding on collecting things was making a limit on myself. And I said, if I want to go all in on something, I'll go all in on one thing. And that one thing I decided to go all in was on the X-Men related figures. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sitting there thinking, like, I'm not looking at it and I'm like, oh, now I'm buying this X-Men set, but there's also this Spider-Man set and this Avengers set. And over at DC, they've got this, and this. And then I also want to buy all of these wrestling action figures. And that Godzilla is looking really cool. And these anime figures are cool. And I decided, I was like, I'm going to focus on X-Men. This is the set that I want to collect all of, because I care about the vast majority of these characters. It's very rare that a set comes with someone like the Gladiator where I'm like, I really don't give a shit about Captain Canada. And I'm happy that way. And so that's the advice I would say, is if you're trying to be a collector of something, just have a focus, and that will help you to not spend too much. Unless, like Hasbro is doing now, they release 1 million freaking extra X-Men figures everywhere, and you wind up pre-ordering like $400 worth of random X-Men toys because all of them are really cool. And now I need to find 3 of the exclusive Danny Moonstars so I can also have Karma and Wolfsbane. But I refuse. I will not buy a freaking Kingpin body just for a Shadow King head. And I have my limits. I'm not buying a 2-pack with a Juggernaut that I already built just to get a Colossus that I can get the classic version of anyway from the Toy Biz era, and it looks fine. Or I can get a Marvel Select Colossus that looks okay.
Right.
Gotta have your limits.
I totally agree. And my limit is that I am only going to be searching for Emma Frost at Walgreens. I'm not going to worry about Mystique, just Emma.
If you see Mystique, I'm worried about her.
I saw her in a milk carton.
Oh.
She's missing.
Was it one of those, this is what she might look like now?
Yeah, she was aged.
But she would look the same because she can make herself look like whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is what she might look like now, just a question mark. Anything. She could look like anything.
Yeah, she could look like anything. Yeah, that's that's what I want. I love Emma Frost, so I definitely need to have that, because I found Magic, and she's my other favorite.
You found Magic in Emma Frost.
I found Magic, and I need to find Emma Frost.
Ah.
Then I will have Magic and Emma Frost.
I'll look around and see if I find anything. I haven't been to Walgreens in a while.
I don't think they've been wide scale released yet.
I've seen a lot of people with Mystique, but I have not seen a lot of people with Emma. So I'm guessing that she's not widely released just yet.
I don't think so. She's pulling like $50 on eBay, so that tells me she's not in wide release.
Stupid freaking New Mutants girls though. Like I'm really upset about that figure. At least I can make some money selling the extra heads, I guess.
It was kind of lazy on Hasbro's part.
But I kind of get it because they could have released a 3-pack, but they basically would have been accused of recycling the same body 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lose-lose situation. So they're like, okay, well, for the people who care, it's going to be annoying, but here you go.
Yeah. By the way, that Mystique has alternate heads. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, it has a half-transformed rogue head,
Mm-hmm.
and it has the, what's her name from the Shi'ar?
I know who you're talking about. With the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if either of my co-hosts knows who this is. Do either of you know who Susanna Hoffs is?
No, but I'm sure Google does.
Don't
Exactly.
Google it. Don't Google it. That's not part of the game.
Mm,
She's older than I am. She's also a lot prettier than I am, and she's way more talented than I am.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
She's a guitarist and singer for the Bangles.
Oh, walk like an
I know-
Egyptian.
Exactly.
Well, I didn't know the name, but I do know the Bangles. Cool.
Shahrazad, I did not know that she was older than I was. How much older is she than I? She's, I saw them in concert about 5 or 6 years ago.
She's 60.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
She ain't older than I
17th.
am.
1959.
She's exactly how old I am.
Cool.
Thanks for thinking she was older than I was, though, Shahrazad. Thank you. I appreciate that, but she's my age.
Actually, she is older because she was born on January.
Oh, so she's 2 months older than I am.
So there you go.
I'd let that slide.
Do we have any collectible questions on the chat?
Yeah, any recent guilty pleasure books?
You should see some of my recent purchases. Let's take a trip into the closet and see what I bought recently.
Ooh.
I bought incoming right now is like 4 different Fear Itself tie-in volumes.
What not Fear Itself. I'm thinking of what's the ongoing thing right now?
Well, War of the Realms just wrapped up.
Yeah, what do I need to buy there? Just the main event? Peter M seems to think that I just need to buy the main event plus a couple of
the main event plus the Thor tie-in stuff, like from the actual Thor series. Aside from that, nothing's necessarily like super important. Generally with events, and I think I've said this before, I only go with what the writer of the event writes also. And so that would be the main series, Thor, and then Jason Aaron also did a Daredevil feature that was part of I think it was called War Scrolls, which was a like an anthology type book. And
are these trades or single issues?
Those are all in trade.
Oh, uh-huh.
I don't know what my dog's barking at, but I don't know. My recent purchases are not looking that bad, actually.
Yeah, I haven't read anything guilty, and quite frankly, I just put this room back together. There was 56 books pulled out for all the shows I'd done, and I just finally filed everything back together. So I don't have any books that I can even refer to. They're filed in their supposed place.
Well, here's some of the random things I bought recently, like Hulk Enigma Force.
Oh yeah, you've been on a Hulk tear, huh?
I literally bought everything. And then the 2 Secret Wars the Secret Wars Hulk books, which is a book with artwork by Greg Land.
Ah, your favorite.
So I bought a whole book of Greg Land artwork just because I needed to have everything Hulk.
Sam Cluxon. Here we go. Slater Kinney right here. My brother went to high school with Carrie Brownstein of Slater Kinney. Here's the box set right here. The Big Mama box set.
Nice.
Oh, this is such a nerd whale for record collectors. This is a major find that I got.
I also got these Project Superpowers books. This is season 2.
How are those books?
I've read about 10 pages of the first one.
Okay.
And then Death Defying Devil. All of these from... Well, this one's Joe Casey. The main series is Alex Ross and Jim Kruger. So I'm looking forward to checking them out. I decided to buy them because they're doing new series for a lot of the characters involved. Like Devil is in a series written by Gail Simone right now, and then I think Black Terror is in a series written by Max Bemis, who I absolutely love. So yeah, those are just some of the random trades that I bought recently, mostly because I'll find them for like a few bucks on eBay. I'm like, screw it, I'll just buy it. Like that, I bought 4 different Project Superpowers books for $12 total. So I was like, yeah, I'm not... If I'm curious, that's the way to check it out. I got some good stuff too, though. Like the Kyle Stark's Mars Attacks book. That was really good. But anyway, I should probably get going at this point. My wife's going to be home from dinner soon, and my computer's about to die.
Okay. Ryley, where can they find you?
You can find me right here on this channel, and then once I get my library back up and running, I'll probably be doing more videos on my channel. I might try and do something this weekend, though, because Megan's going to be out of town, and I'm here with nothing to do. I'm off all weekend, so maybe I'll try and do something. I can join you guys for the Sunday show.
Great.
So
Good.
you can catch me on my channel is Ryley Mo, RYLEYMO. And of course the Facebook group, the Omnibus Collectors, Comic Swap, and Community, where we talk about things and books.
Yeah.
And
a Week in Geekdom. A Geek in Weekdom. Where can we find you, dude?
You can find me. It's my channel, A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, manga, and everything else in between. That's A Week in Geekdom.
And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube, and posting pictures of my garbage disposal bill on Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram. I have never had so many people make so many comments on an Instagram post as my garbage disposal bill that I posted.
You're gonna get a lot more people are gonna visit that page now and leave comments.
That's Omnidogs_Vault. I posted a bunch of things today on Instagram, and people were very impressed that that you're not supposed to put food down the garbage disposal, apparently.
wait, what?
Yeah. I got a huge bill because all the food that went through the garbage disposal that you're not supposed to put through it clogged up the pipes like 14 feet down. You're not really supposed to put any kind of potato peels or carrot skins or eggshells, oatmeal, rice. None of that stuff is supposed to go down through it. You can put some stuff down, but you're really not supposed. You're supposed to scrape everything into the garbage. But ours was just 30 years. We've been in this house 30 years, and it was just 30 years accumulation in the pipe. So we had to push it all into the sewer line.
Thank you for the life lesson that you had from your mistake, so that I don't do that in my new house. And in the old house, if I had buildup, then who the fuck cares? Because I sold that house already. So
Yeah,
that's the buyer's problem.
are only like this big. They're like tiny, so hardly anything really gets through but water. So scrape all your garbage into the scrape all your food into the garbage and don't get your pipes clogged, which is my advice to guys everywhere. Okay, so there we go. Peace and love, peace and love. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to all the people that watched us. Thank you to the people that are going to watch us. And thank you to In Stock Trades, our great sponsor. We love you. Thank you very much for everything. And thank you to the chatters. And hit the like button. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Bye-bye.